Does 1984 relate to socialism? Have you ever wondered how a novel written in the mid-20th century could still be relevant today? George Orwell's 1984 offers a fascinating lens through which we can examine socialism. But does it truly relate to socialism? Let's break it down. 1984 critiques totalitarian regimes that claim to be socialist while concentrating power and suppressing freedoms. Orwell, a committed democratic socialist, believed that socialism should tackle social and economic injustices. He envisioned a system that promotes equality and improves the lives of ordinary people through democratic means. His version of socialism included political democracy, equal incomes, nationalization of key industries, and the abolition of inherited privilege. In the novel, Orwell illustrates how a ruling party uses collectivism, which means control of property and resources by the state, to maintain an oligarchy. This small ruling elite monopolizes power, which is a distortion of true socialism. The party's version of collectivism abolishes private property but concentrates ownership in the hands of a few. This reflects Orwell's concern that socialism, when corrupted by authoritarianism, can become a tool for oppression instead of liberation. Orwell's critique is not aimed at socialism itself, but at its implementation in totalitarian states like Stalinist Russia. In these places, the original ideals of equality and democracy were twisted. Orwell distinguished his vision of socialism, rooted in justice and democracy, from the tyrannical regimes that claimed to uphold socialist values while practicing repression. The historical context of the Cold War also plays a role in understanding Orwell's perspective. He viewed capitalism as flawed and believed socialism was essential for a just society. However, he warned against the dangers of centralized power and the loss of individual freedoms. His vision of socialism was democratic and humane, opposing both capitalist exploitation and totalitarian control. Practically, Orwell's socialism called for several key changes. He advocated for the nationalization of land, mines, factories, and banks to prevent exploitation. He also pushed for equal incomes to reduce class disparities and political democracy to ensure all citizens have a voice. Abolishing hereditary privileges was another goal, aimed at dismantling entrenched class systems. Lastly, he emphasized the need for democratization of education to provide quality opportunities for everyone. 1984 serves as a cautionary tale from a socialist viewpoint. It illustrates how the betrayal of socialist principles by authoritarian regimes leads to oppression, surveillance, and loss of freedom. The novel warns that socialism must be rooted in democratic control and equality, not in oligarchical collectivism or totalitarian rule. Thus, 1984 relates to socialism by highlighting the risks when socialist ideals are distorted and advocating for a socialism that is democratic, just, and truly serves the people.